Hello, welcome to the allotment on a very cloudy Sunday the 5th of September. Haven't been here for a while. We've had a lot of rain this last week, and there wasn't really a chance to come down. The ground is kind of a bit too heavy to do any work, although people are getting on with it. My neighbour's here. She's cleared this bed. People clearing the bed. If you don't, that's what happens. That was like me 2 weeks ago, like completely inundated. But people, this is what I cleared a couple of weeks ago, and it is successfully dried. I guess I could just bury that, couldn't I? This dry grass in a kind of a deep trench, and it would break down. Would that be good for the soil? I presume so. I mean, it really has broken down quite a lot, all of this, except because it's wet, it'll probably start to rot instead of dry, so that's not good. Have you seen those? You know, these are the bottles, but look, this thing's growing. Wow. Life will find a way, as Jeff Goldblum says. This grass, I think it's that one called stilt grass, I was informed. Japanese stilt grass. Maybe that's what it is, but how did it do that? Oh, actually, maybe the roots. I think I'll just leave it. That's quite interesting. I thought I picked them all, but there's always another Goya. Yeah. Let me. Oh, there you go. People grow Goya as a green curtain. And it really is, isn't it? You can see. So they grow it on they grow the Goya, this bitter gourd, bitter cucumber, I think it's called. They grow it on the balcony and in front of the window, and it does create a kind of green curtain, and it keeps the room cool but natural. Look, this one's even better. It really is curtain, isn't it? Fantastic. And you get to eat. These are very bitter, though. I often say these are. Everyone says, John, don't they? It's not just you. But yeah, you need to prepare it with a bit of salt. It's popularly cooked with egg, and particularly in Okinawa, it's that's called Goya champon. Champon, I think. Champon. I should do some work, but
It's Allotment Live with your hosts, Frank Desley and Des Frankley. I am Frank Desley.
And I am Des Frankley. And Frank, how's it going?
It's going very well, Des. Yes, and yourself?
Yes, not bad. You know, we had a couple of days in Landudno.
Landudno?
That was very nice.
Yes.
It rained every day, but, you know,
right.
there's a lovely tea room there where we had tea.
Nice.
And they do some lovely sandwiches.
It's nice there, isn't it? We've been to Landudno quite a lot of times. Stuck the kids there when they were little.
Oh, it's lovely.
Lovely walks
and
those penny arcades. Anyway, back to the action. Yes. There's John now. He's really moving, isn't he? Quite fast.
He is. I don't know if that's the time lapse or if he's just, you know, in a hurry.
Oh, right.
But he's moving that old dirty dry grass and stuff, isn't he? Why is he doing that?
Well, he's got to get that dried out, you know. Jez, it hasn't been, the weather's not been good in Tokyo. It's been raining a lot.
And
he wants to get that dried.
I suppose
he's doing his best, I suppose.
Yes, I suppose he is. Why doesn't he just put it on the compost heap, you know, Frank, on the compost?
Des, you know, composting facilities are not available on site.
What? What do you mean not available on the site?
Not available.
It's an allotment site. Why wouldn't there be composting?
Yes, Des, I understand. You know, you can say why is the sky blue? You know, but composting facilities are not available.
Actually, Frank, why is the sky blue?
Well, Des, you tell me. You're the one with the physics degree from Huddersfield Polytechnic.
Oh, yes. I think it's an optical illusion.
What?
Actually, Frank. It's not really blue.
It is really blue, Des. It's not an optical illusion, is it? It's to do with the scattering of light of something. Anyway, John there, look what he's done. He's collected some Goyas.
Goya?
absolutely fantastic, although
Yes.
they taste terrible.
They do,
You know,
don't
they're
they?
Terribly, terribly bitter. Bitter. Bitter.
Yes, Frank, bitter, yes. So have you heard from Marjorie?
Uh,
Is she coming back?
Des, I'd rather not talk about it.
You know, Frank, you've only got yourself to blame, you know.
Yeah.
Only got yourself to blame.
Well, I'm feeling a bit like that dried grass at
Yes.
the moment. So, shall we go?
Yes, goodbye.
See you next time.
Well, the turmeric is looking very healthy. It's thriving in this weather, this kind of wet weather. I think that needs some heat. No flowers, no sign of any flowers. We did get flowers last year. I've been growing turmeric maybe 4 years, 5 years. I've only ever had flowers once. It's just so fantastic. This is all velvety on this side. It really is velvety. Velvety. Velvety is, a great song by Frank Black. That's a great song. I wish I could play it right now, but, copyright strikes and all that. Maybe I could do a cover version of it, but it is very velvety. Although I don't think Frank was talking about turmeric when he wrote the song. It's almost like a banana kind of leaf. And the stature and elegance and the velvetiness, obviously. You can't underestimate the feel of velvet, don't you think? When children are very young, they have that kind of... A lot of kids have like a comforter, don't they? And they just love that feeling. I remember, I think my sister had one of those. And, getting nostalgic now, eh? Let's have a little look round. Come on. People have come down here and they've done a lot of work to clear up the summer. All the summer vegetables are being put away, taken down, put into bags. The poles are coming down from the tomatoes. It's like a bloody tree down here. Look at this. Look at it. I can't get my hand around it. That's fantastic. Oh, that's interesting. This tree here is a persimmon. That's khaki. A persimmon tree. And look, this one also has some gourds there, as well as some morning glory is still here. There really is the feeling of autumn in the air. This is kind of false autumn here in Tokyo. The temperature dropped much cooler. It was like 24, 23 degrees, which is unusual for this time of year, but I guess that's the new normal, hey? Unusual weather. We've had a lot of that. Hey? What am I thinking of? The floods, the storm, Ida. But here on the allotment, this change in the weather is making me think time to get in the autumn stuff, and people are already doing that. So I am going to be doing that very soon. So here is a big Chinese leaf. There's some brassicas going in. People getting ready here. Some more taro here. I love these leaves because they're all hydrophobic, and so the water just sits on there like what, John? Like mercury. Yes, not the planet Mercury, which would be very hot, but like the metal quicksilver. That's what they used to call it, didn't they? Quicksilver. Mercury. Makes me think of the Mad Hatter, because I think in the hat making process they used mercury, didn't they, on the felt, and of course mercury causes brain damage. It affects the brain. Why are you talking about mercury poisoning? Mercury poisoning was also a song by Graham Parker and the Rumour, and he wrote that song because he was signed to Mercury Records, and there was some problem, wasn't there? Maybe he felt they were cheating him or something, and I'd got mercury poisoning. A couple of weeks ago, all my vinyl records were shipped over from England, and about 300, which represents 20 years of my life. So from about 12 to about 30. Beatles and the Stones, Clash, Costello, Pixies, and then I left England. What's your point, John? What is your point here? Okay, but in that box there were some Graham Parker records, so I'm going to see if I can dig out. I also got a turntable and an amp, so... But can you ever go back? Can you really go back? Can you go back to listening to records? Like, I have boxes of CDs stuck in my apartment, like in dark corners, which I never listen to. Can I go back to listening to vinyl? I mean, I have Spotify. Can you... The past is another country, John. The past is another country. Well, that's it. There's nothing really to do. Well, there's a lot to do, but there isn't so much I can do today. So next week is going to be sunnier. This will all dry up. I'm going to come down here and I'm going to finish off tidying this up. All of this will be ready for autumn planting. Thing is, I just like coming down here, you know. I just like the act of gardening, the digging, watching the change of the season. Whether I have a good harvest or not is not so important. I just love coming down here and just, you know, trying to grow things. That's what I like. So even though it's a bit of a mess, I love it, you know. So until next time, this is John, loving it down here on the allotment. See you next time. Bye.